Alright kids, I am in Grand Prix Sendai taking a short break while I get an opportunity to talk here with Karl Kopinski, who is a magic artist you might recognize from, let's take a look at some of his work. We've got Blood Tyrants, Hell's Thunder, there's the Elvish Archdruid, also known as his grandmother. Hope she doesn't see this. And there's, Gatekeeper Malakir. That is the really cool promotional version of Vampire Nighthawk. We've got Malfagor right there, and then there's his excellent picture. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. That's pretty phenomenal. I mean, let's compare that to the scowl the real one is giving me right now for having shown that picture. Perfect, yeah. So let's see. Let's start off. You are currently working. You're a freelance artist, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you do what you want, when you want, how you want, who you want?
In theory.
In theory. Excellent. What was the first Magic card you ever did art for?
I think it was Skeletonized.
Excellent.
That was the first.
Everybody remembers that guy. Solid.
That was the first one.
Cool. You've done let's see, look how big this shelf is down here. He's got rows upon rows of cards. Like we're talking close to 30 down there, and then there are more to come that we're not allowed to see yet, but you guys will be able to see in sets in the future, I would imagine. Of all this time, what is your favorite piece of art that you have done for Magic?
I would say it's probably Slave of Bolas.
Slave of Bolas.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can't get you a good view of Slave of Bolas. There we go, guys. Now, Slave of Bolas has an interesting story behind it, doesn't it? Because it's not just a sit down, remember what a person looks like and go to town.
No, that's my wife modeling for me.
He actually get her a full set of wings and everything to wear also?
Yeah. Just made them out of paper and card, tissue paper, that kind of thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah. She wasn't that pleased with it, but no, that's probably my favourite. A lot of the older ones I did in oil paints. It's just a personal thing. I prefer working in oil paints. So
okay.
I kind of like the oil painting ones, but then a lot of the digital stuff I'm quite pleased with. I quite like the Vendetta piece. That turned out really nice.
Let's take a look at Vendetta for you guys, in case you guys are unfamiliar with the art. This is a really cool piece. We were actually talking about it earlier this week because there's a gentleman here by the name of Mr. Okubo who does three-dimensional card art, and he takes the cards and stacks them out three-dimensionally, but he always has a really nifty grasp of taking the different layers and making them pop. So this one has a bunch of cool layers, like the guy in the background who's very clearly the one who just killed this guy, and then the flower blooming from the dead body, plus the fact that, he's sprawled out, so his head and his arm are really close to the point of view of the viewer, and then legs just go back. It's been a really, really cool piece. And that's something you notice a lot through Karl's art, is he's got a lot of use of perspective. It's really, really good. The backgrounds are always fairly detailed. It's pretty solid stuff. I've been a big fan. I've had a good time hanging around and enjoying my time in Sendai with him. Have you enjoyed your trip to Japan thus far?
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Excellent.
By far the best event I've done. I worked for Games Workshop for a long time. Did a lot of events with those, which were great all over the world. But Japan's been the best. Lovely people, very nice. Really, really good place.
To show you guys what it's like for an artist coming to these events, there is a massive queue that builds up over time. Bunch of players standing in line waiting to get cards signed, get prints of their own, lots of stuff. We see a lot of this in the United States and in Europe, but this is my third trip out to Japan, and every time I talk with the artists, and they are just blown away at the demand for their stuff here. It is great and a lot of fun to see, because I'm a big fan of the fact that that Magic has taken its creative department in a direction that puts a lot of emphasis on the artwork and putting it all together. So this is one of the men who's helped make sure that we have everything put together. It's pretty sweet. What's your favorite thing that you've done here thus far?
Just hanging out with T. Price, just hanging out with Nate. It's just been it's educated me in so many ways. It's,
Got to be careful. These guys, they don't know my underground rapping name.
right, sorry,
yeah, no,
okay,
it's
we'll
cool.
keep that.
It's cool. Yeah, we'll keep it on the DL, as they say.
No, it's just been great to meet the fans, and just to get. Because when you're working freelance at home and you're kind of just in your own little world, it's nice to come out and meet the people. Even though I can't speak the language, there's obvious great appreciation for what you do, and I don't know, it just gives you a bit of a buzz, a bit of an ego massage maybe, but it's really nice. It's really nice to feel like you're giving a bit back to the kids.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed an ego massage every so often, right?
My wife doesn't do it, so I've got to get it someday.
Fair. So, what have you found yourself doing most frequently for the players coming to get stuff taken care of? Like I see right now you're working on taking a card and modifying it for a player.
Yeah, it's. I think the biggest hit has been Sexy Angel. Everybody wants a sexy angel or a sexy vampire. That seems to be the main request so far.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I can't blame them.
No, there's nothing wrong with a sexy angel.
Oh, you got one waiting at home for you, right?
Yeah, apparently.
You get an opportunity to say it to the camera. That way, when she watches this, she can. No.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Hello, sexy angel.
There we go. Sweet. What is that? Your favorite thing that you've had asked of you this weekend thus far? Have you had anything else super interesting that someone's come up and asked for?
I've had some pretty crazy requests, as usual. Somebody's asked me for a chicken fried head.
A chicken fried head?
Yeah, he's an American though, so.
Oh, all right. I'm not exactly sure. That's why you're the artist. You to figure out what that means.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's my brief. So I've got to kind of work that out.
All right. Well, sweet. I would imagine we obviously we're gonna be seeing more of your work in sets to come, correct?
Yeah, I've actually lost count of how many cards I've got coming up, but there's a fair few, more than 10.
Nice.
Coming up in the next set. So.
Well, you guys get a couple useful pieces of knowledge out of that. Let's not go too crazy. First of all, that Karl Kopinski will continuing to work, and paint things and hopefully paint things. Although you do a lot of digital work now, also,
yeah,
right?
mainly digital, but I'll try and do some more oils.
Yeah.
If people like the oils.
So we know he'll be doing work for Magic, which means that if nothing else, we know that Magic's going to continue to go on for at least a little while longer. Yeah. Congratulations, you've allayed people's fears for a little while longer that the game might disappear. We're good and going strong, apparently. That's sweet. Well, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to say to the kids at home? Anybody who might be interested in getting a job working as an artist in this kind of field?
I would just say, I mean, if you're interested in doing it and you've got the conviction and you think you've got the skills, then just persevere and practice, because I didn't get a break till I was 26. It took me a good, I've been drawing since I was a kid, obviously, and it took me a while to build my name up then. So it wasn't until I was like in my 30s before things really started to roll. And all I can say is just practice. If you want to be an artist, go and see, go to live classes, and get as much practice and look at other artists and just surround yourself, absorb yourself in the whole thing. 'Cause that's the only way you can be really great. All those great guys, they're always looking at other artists. So get out there and draw.
We talked also about looking back to the past. You find something that you really like, and those people who've come before you have done that kind of stuff really well. And I mean, you can learn a lot from the people before you, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You go right back. I look at a lot of the classic artists. I look at Velázquez and Sargent, Ilya Repin, and all these kind of classic realists. And you can see that reflected in a lot of the guys' art that's around now. I'm a big fan of James Jones' stuff. You can see that he's putting the time in, learning the basics. He's doing the life classes. It reflects in the art. You know straight away when someone's, working hard.
Right. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun sitting here and talking with Karl. I'm going to go ahead and let him get back to this large mob of people who hopefully will be pleased at the fact that he is now taking care of them and not talking to me. But if any of you guys in the future are looking for someone to, take a look at. Maybe at some point in the future you will be a point of reference for other aspiring artists. That's be a pretty cool day, right? We'll start that. We'll start that when I get back behind the curtain. I'm gonna start drawing. There's a pretty sweet picture I might show you later in that sketchbook he drew of me trying to work. Like, oh, we're gonna pull it out right now. All right, this is what I look like when I'm working, so you guys know. That's right. I have awesome posture. Hunched over about 2 seconds before this, he told me that I was gonna have a bad back, and I told him I already did. So I appreciate that. It's pretty sweet. Well, Karl, I appreciate talking to you, bud. You know, keep up the good work, and I'll see you here in a few hours. So.
See you in a few hours.